Hi, I'm Dr. Emma, and welcome to this channel where we talk about real health issues, the kind that affect your everyday life, your confidence, and your well-being. Today, we're diving into something millions of people struggle with, but very few truly understand. Dandruff. Let's start with the basics, because before you can fix it, you need to understand it. Dandruff is not just dry skin falling from your head. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. In reality, dandruff is a condition of the scalp, where skin cells renew too quickly. Normally, your scalp sheds dead skin cells slowly, invisibly. You don't notice it. But when you have dandruff, that process speeds up, way too fast, and instead of microscopic cells, you get visible flakes, white, sometimes yellowish, sometimes oily, and often accompanied by itching. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Dandruff is often linked to something living on your scalp right now. Yes, even as you're listening to this, a microscopic organism, a yeast-like fungus called Malassezia. Now don't panic, this is completely normal. Everyone has it. It's part of your natural skin ecosystem. But in some people, it grows out of control, and when that happens, it starts feeding on the oils your scalp produces, breaking them down into substances that irritate your skin. Your scalp reacts, inflammation begins, cell turnover speeds up, and suddenly you have dandruff. So the real question is not, do you have this fungus? Because everyone does. The real question is, why is your scalp reacting this way? Why you? Why now? Let's explore the real causes. Because dandruff is rarely caused by just one thing. It's usually a combination. And the first major factor is your scalp type. If your scalp is too oily, you're actually more likely to have dandruff. That surprises a lot of people because they think dandruff is dryness, but in many cases, it's the opposite. An oily scalp creates the perfect environment for that fungus to grow. More oil, check to more food, check to more irritation, check to more flakes. On the other hand, a very dry scalp can also cause flaking, but this type of dandruff is usually lighter, less oily, and less inflamed. The difference matters because the treatment is not the same, and this is where many people go wrong. They treat all dandruff the same way, and that's why nothing works. Now, let's talk about another hidden cause. Your hair routine. Yes, the very things you're doing to fix your hair might actually be making it worse. Washing your hair too often strips your scalp of its natural oils. Your body reacts by producing even more oil to compensate. Result? An oily scalp and more dandruff. But washing too little allows oil, dead skin, and fungus to build up. Again, more dandruff. So what's the solution? Balance. But most people never find that balance. They go from one extreme to another, and their scalp never stabilizes. Now let's go deeper. Because dandruff isn't just about your scalp, it's also about your lifestyle. Stress. This is a big one. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones that affect your skin. Your immune system becomes less effective. Inflammation increases. And suddenly, your scalp becomes more sensitive, more reactive, more prone to dandruff. This is why many people notice their dandruff gets worse during difficult periods in their life. Exams, work pressure, emotional stress. Your scalp is connected to your mind more than you think. And then, there's your diet. What you eat directly affects your skin. If your diet is low in essential nutrients, like zinc, vitamin B, and healthy fats, your scalp health suffers. Your skin barrier weakens, and your scalp becomes more vulnerable. High sugar diets, processed foods, lack of hydration. All of this creates the perfect environment for dandruff to thrive. And here's something most people ignore. Weather, cold, dry air, especially in winter, can disrupt your scalp. Indoor heating makes it worse. Your skin loses moisture, your scalp becomes irritated, and flakes appear. So now you see, dandruff is not just one simple cause. It's a combination of your scalp condition, your routine, your stress levels, your diet, your environment. And if you don't address the root cause, you'll keep treating the symptoms forever. But don't worry, because in the next part, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, step by step. What treatments actually work, what ingredients you should look for, what mistakes you must avoid at all costs, and how to build a routine. That finally gives you a clean, healthy scalp. No flakes, no itching, no embarrassment, because you deserve to feel confident, not just in your hair, but in yourself. If you've ever struggled with dandruff, I want you to stay with me, because the next part, so now you understand something most people never realize. Dandruff is not random. It's not just bad luck. And it's definitely not something you're forced to live with forever. It's a pattern, a reaction, a signal. And once you understand the signal, you can finally take control. Because here's the truth. Most people don't fail to get rid of dandruff because they don't try. They fail because they treat the wrong cause. They buy random shampoos. They follow trends. They listen to advice that sounds good, but doesn't apply to their scalp. And slowly, they start believing something dangerous. Nothing works for me. But that's not true. Something does work. You just need the right approach. And today, I'm going to give you exactly that. Let's start with the foundation, because before treatments, before products, before anything else, you need to fix your routine. The first rule: stop attacking your scalp. Most people treat dandruff like an enemy. They scrub aggressively, they scratch. They use harsh shampoos every single day, trying to force the flakes to disappear. But what actually happens? You irritate your scalp even more. You damage the skin barrier, and your scalp responds the only way it knows how, by producing more oil, more inflammation, more flakes. So the first thing you need to do is calm your scalp down, not fight it. Wash your hair gently. Massage, don't scratch. Use lukewarm water, not hot, because hot water dries your scalp and triggers more oil production later. Now, let's talk about something critical: your shampoo. Not all anti-dandruff shampoos are equal. This is where everything changes, because if you choose the wrong ingredients, you're wasting your time. There are specific ingredients that actually target the root cause of dandruff, not just the symptoms, and you need to know them. The first one is ketoconazole. This is one of the most powerful antifungal ingredients. It directly reduces the growth of the fungus on your scalp. Less fungus means less irritation, less flakes. Then there's zinc pyrithione. This one works by balancing the scalp environment, reducing both fungus and bacteria. It's gentler than ketoconazole, but still very effective for long-term control. Another important one is selenium sulfide. It slows down the rate at which your skin cells renew. Remember what we talked about? Dandruff is accelerated cell turnover, so slowing it down is key. And finally, salicylic acid. This one doesn't kill fungus, but it helps remove the flakes, breaking them down gently, so your scalp can breathe again. But here's the mistake most people make. They use these shampoos once, maybe twice, and expect a miracle. That's not how it works. You need consistency. You need time. You need a system. The 3-step routine that changes everything. Let me simplify it for you, because this is where transformation begins. Step 1, treatment phase. For 2 to 4 weeks, use a medicated anti-dandruff shampoo 2 to 3 times per week, not every day. Massage it into your scalp. And here's the part most people skip. Leave it on for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Let the ingredients actually work. Then rinse gently. Step 2, recovery phase. Once your flakes reduce, don't stop. This is where many people relapse. Switch to a gentler shampoo, but continue using your anti-dandruff treatment once a week to maintain balance. Step 3, maintenance phase. Now your goal is stability, not just no flakes today, but a healthy scalp long-term. Pay attention to your triggers: stress, diet, weather changes, hair products, because dandruff can come back if you go back to old habits. Let's talk about natural remedies, because I know many of you are thinking about it. Oils, home treatments, DIY solutions. Some of them can help, but only if used correctly. For example, tea tree oil has natural antifungal properties. It can reduce irritation, but using it directly on your scalp? Too harsh. Always dilute it. Aloe vera can soothe inflammation, reduce itching, help your scalp recover. But here's the truth. Natural remedies are supportive, not primary treatments. If your dandruff is moderate or severe, you need targeted ingredients, not just home solutions. The hidden mistakes that keep dandruff alive. Now this part is critical because even if you use the right products, these mistakes can destroy your progress. Using too much hair product, gels, sprays, heavy oils, they build up on your scalp, feed the fungus, and block your pores. Not rinsing properly. Shampoo residue can irritate your scalp, leading to more flakes. Sharing combs or brushes. Yes, this can spread microorganisms and worsen your condition. Ignoring your diet, because your scalp reflects your internal health, and most importantly, ignoring persistent dandruff. Because sometimes it's not just dandruff, when it's more than dandruff. If your flakes are thick, yellowish, accompanied by redness, or spreading beyond your scalp, you might be dealing with something else, like seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis. And in that case, you need medical treatment, not just over-the-counter solutions. So don't ignore the signs. Listen to your body. The emotional side. No one talks about. Let's be honest for a moment. Dandruff is not just physical. It affects how you feel, how you show up, how you interact with people. You wear darker clothes less. You avoid certain hairstyles. You become more aware of yourself in ways that slowly affect your confidence. And that matters, because health is not just about your body. It's about how you feel living in it. And the good news, this is fixable. Not overnight, not magically, but realistically, with the right knowledge, the right routine, and a little patience, you can take back control. Final words. So if you've been struggling with dandruff, I want you to remember this. You are not alone. You are not stuck. And you are not doing something wrong. You just didn't have the full picture until now. Take what you've learned today, apply it, stay consistent, and give your scalp the time it needs to heal. Because once it does, you won't just see the difference. You'll feel it. Confidence, comfort, freedom, and that changes everything. I'm Dr. Emma, and I'll see you in the next video. Might change everything for you.